Okay, guys, finally, the time is here. The last cards of the White Forest support have been announced. I haven't read any of these ones, but I have read the Field Spell, and it is a phenomenal card. So, White Forest enjoyers, we are looking very, very good for Alliance Insight. So, I'm going to go over these cards, give my initial reactions. As soon as they are on the dueling sims, I will immediately be building decks with these cards. I do see some Snake Eyes stuff here. I wonder if that means that we can play Snake Eyes in White Forest, because that's what I would have loved to have done if original Sinful Spoils wasn't banned. I was also going to put out a video today, which I still might, on still playing Snake Eyes in White Forest in Supreme Darkness format. So, okay, this comes out for us in early May this year. It comes out in the OCG January 25th, so we'll get to see the OCG make atrocious deck builds, garbage deck building, and play horribly, and then we will play real Yu-Gi-Oh! With these cards in May. So, okay, Witches of the White Forest. Field Spell, guys, listen, chill, listen, sit down, listen. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Okay, that's fine. You can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. That's fine. When this card resolves, guys, listen. When this card resolves, the field spell that is White Forest, which is searchable off of everything in our entire deck. When this card resolves, you can add a White Forest monster from your deck to your hand. That's crazy. And if you do, you cannot special summon dark monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Okay, first of all, listen. We did not need a boss monster. We did not need bridges between engines. We did not need follow-up in the grave or anywhere. What we needed was a more reliable way to play through interactions both on our turn and in our opponent's turn. We already have spells and traps that are great in the back, like Unleashing or Woes. We have great boss monsters. We have great resource loots in the grave. We have great bridges between all of our engines. We didn't need more of that. This is what we needed. We needed a way to continue playing when our opponent interacts with us. This is phenomenal. It also means we can play less bad cards and more of just the great cards because we can search them every single time. Also, because this says, and if you do, it means that if you get ashed, if this does not resolve and you don't search, you are not under the lock for special summoning darks. Also, because this says for the rest of the turn, it means that theoretically, you can summon your darks from the extra deck before this card resolves. Whether you want to do that or not is another question. Okay, 2. The first time each of your White Forest monsters will be destroyed by battle this turn, it is not destroyed. I don't think this is really relevant. I guess it could be somewhat helpful if you have something like it's your opponent's turn, a Stellar brings itself back from the grave because you did something, and now they can't run over it. But, you know, not super relevant. 3. You can target a White Forest monster you control. It is treated as a tuner this turn. This effect is phenomenal. So, whether we play this with the Azaminas or we take the Azaminas out and play like maybe Dominus Purge, I don't know yet, but I think that you could treat this deck, or at least one iteration of this deck, as if, you know, you don't want to draw a high roll hand where you have to be able to do your Azamina ladder before you use this. You want to be able to have access to all of the resources in your starting hand every single game. So maybe you treat deck building as if you were always under this restriction. I don't know yet. Let's see. We'll see what the other cards say. But being able to treat a White Forest monster as a tuner means, you know, especially with the help of this card, you could, you know, LZ and Azamina LZ go into Herald of the Arc Light, which is an Omni-Negate, and that would sit in place of the Ilia Sylvia. So, let's think about that. This is an amazing card. We love this. Now let's talk about the other cards. Okay, so first of all, we have a Diabellstar, the Sin Adjudicator. It's a level 8 Dark Fiend, 2500 attack, 21 defense. So the 25 attack means that this is Regenesis stats. I will cover those when I do my first Alliance Insight video, but any card that has 2500 means that you have to consider maybe using Regenesis cards because they look super splashable. Okay, first of all, this card is always treated as a Sinful Spoils card. Great start, because we can search that off of Azamina LZ. Even if we make Herald of the Arc Light, it doesn't matter what we make with Azamina LZ, it'll still search. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Okay? You can banish a spell and a trap from your hand and or grave. Special summon this card from your hand or grave. Okay, don't really want to banish a trap, but okay. 2. You can pay half your life points, target a card your opponent controls, destroy it. Then, if another Diabell monster card is on the field, you can special summon an illusion or spellcaster tuner synchro monster from your extra deck. This seems like this could be crazy based on the other cards that are in the reveal, or it may be trash. The thing is that you can always banish a spell or trap in your standard ladder, but you don't want to banish the trap because you want to use the Unleashing or the Woes, and you cannot reset it from banished off the Diabell. So I mean, if you played Dominus Purge and Imperm in this deck because you were off of the darks, because this only locks you out of darks from the extra deck, not from the main deck, I guess that it would be more likely that you'd be able to banish the trap for free. Special Summon Illusion or Spellcaster Tune or Synchro. So you can't bring out, like Zapper Shrimp, but obviously you could bring out Arciela or Silvera. Okay, so let's see. Now we have Diabell's the White Witch. Illusion, effect, light is 2500, 2100. Okay, so because it's an illusion, we cannot search it off of Arciela, but it is always treated as a White Forest card. Okay, so this is great. So we can search it off of basically whatever we want. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. You can send a spell or trap from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. Okay. If we could have special summoned it from the grave like this one, that would have been great. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can send a Sinful Spoils or Diabell card from your deck to the grave. Okay, so if you do the play with Herald of the Arclight, you actually can't do this because it would be banished. Okay. Monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect while you control 2 or more Diabell monsters. But this combo still seems quite good though. The thing is that this is basically a brick. This is basically a brick because this doesn't do anything by itself. This is more of like a multi-card combo because it is a White Forest card. It works with everything else you draw. So the setup could be good. Maybe if you don't play the Azamina cards in the extra deck, this basically is your Sol. So we'll see. I'm not sure what I think about that yet. Okay, Azamina. Is that really all this is called? Azamina. Level 12 light. Okay, this is a light, so it means that we could use this after resolving the field spell. 4K. Queen of the Azamina, which is trash. Maybe we have a reason to play it, maybe not. Queen of the Azamina and a fusion or synchro monster. Okay, so obviously it'll be an Azamina card or a White Forest synchro. Must either be fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by tributing Saint Azamina you control and a face-up monster your opponent controls. Wow, this is so conflicting from the start because why would you don't want to play the Dark Azaminas, but if you contribute a face-up monster your opponent controls, you're like contact fusing with their card. That is insane. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect, all monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack when it resolves. Okay, that seems mid. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with 0 attack. Okay, this seems like trash aside from in the mirror because Elzet, Astellar, Azamina, Elzet are all 0 attack. So this would be crazy in the mirror, but unless you hard make this, you're not going to have it in the first turn. So I guess the question is, do you really want to play all of the Azamina cards just to make Saint Azamina? Because if you did make Saint Azamina, you'd have to play at least one other card because Saint Azamina would need to special something. And if this is like a crackback card, I guess you could like Saint Azamina, summon Murcielago or Sol, or Ilia Sylvia, depending on the game state. Tribute the Saint Azamina, a monster your opponent controls, summon this card, it can't be destroyed. You're closer to OTKing. I don't know. I'm conflicted. The contact fusing with an opponent's monster is absolutely broken, but the rest of it seems bad. And the Saint Azamina card, like, you'd have to actually resolve all those cards to get here to begin with. So, I don't know. Okay, Snake Eyes Execute Dragon. Fire. So we're not locked out with the field spell. Dragon Synchro Effect, level 12, 3K25. Still regens his stats. A tuner or non-tuner. Okay. Because our generic level 12 boss monster, if we chose to play it, was Centurion Legatia, which was a pop and a draw. Okay, so let's see. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Okay. During the main phase, quick effect. You can target a face-up monster on the field or in the graveyard. Place it face-up in its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. Also, this card cannot use this effect next turn. Okay, so this is like the Mirror Jade restriction where you actually can use the effect next turn, but it has to be a different copy of the card. 2. During the battle phase, you can target 2 cards on the field, 1 monster, and 1 continuous spell, destroy them. Okay, so this is like an OTK card. It is both a boss monster and an OTK card. Okay, so this seems better than Legatia. Unless you had like space for both and you wanted the flex of the pop draw on Legatia, this seems better than Legatia. Okay, I like this. Also, I loved the Snake Eyes White Forest deck. Even though people in the comments were saying that it's not the best version of the deck, I really wanted to play that, and I was very sad when Os was banned. So we can at least play a Snake Eyes card in White Forest still. Okay, so Mystic Mystery of the White Forest. Okay, so it's a level 4 light illusion synchro tuner. So that means that Diabell can bring this, obviously. Wait. So pay half your LP, target a card your opponent controls, destroy it. Then if another Diabell monster card is on the field, you can special summon an illusion or spellcaster tuner synchro. Illusion tuner synchro. Okay. So wait. So not only can Diabell bring this, but the Diabell the Sin Adjudicator is also an 8. Okay. So 700 attack, 2000 defense. A tuner and non-tuner. Okay. So that means this is generic. So that means that we can make this off of with this help, because we could like LZ and Azamina LZ, turn one of them into a tuner. We could make this. Do we want to do that, or do we want to summon it off of Diabell? So you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is special summoned, so there's a trigger, you can target 2 White Forest monsters in your graveyard, place them face up in their owner's spell and trap zone. Guys. Let me explain something to you, okay? First of all, this is the third time I've soiled myself this video. Second of all, Snake Eyes Damned Dragon is now an actual card. Snake Eyes Damned Dragon is the level 8 monster that is coming out, I believe, also in Supreme Darkness, okay? That it requires a Snake Eye monster and an illusion monster, but you can also special summon it by sending 2 face up monster cards in your spell and trap zone to the graveyard. So you can't use the toys because they have to be face up. And then if it's summoned, the Snake Eyes Damned Dragon, you can target a face up monster on the field, place it in the owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So this card now makes it to where even if you don't play any Snake Eyes in the main deck, if you summon this, you get to place 2 White Forest monsters in your spell and trap zone as continuous spells. That's free. Summon your Snake Eyes Damned... Guys, pay attention. This is a level 4 tuner, okay? You can make this on anyone's turn, okay? When it is summoned, it has a trigger where you get to place 2 White Forest monsters in your graveyard as continuous spells, okay? You can special summon Snake Eyes Damned Dragon, for example, on the Crackback. It is a level 8. An 8 and a 4 is a 12. You go into Snake Eyes Execute Dragon. Or you summon this off of Diabell, the Synchro Diabell, or the this one, okay, that's also an 8, and now you can go into Snake Eyes Execute Dragon. So now you have insane board breaking OTK. Insane, because the Damned Dragon will push back, this one will also push back, and then in the battle phase it still gets a pop. So with this and Damned Dragon, you have 2 pushbacks and you have a pop, and this is 3000 attack. So that's crazy. Okay, the second effect. During your opponent's main phase, you can activate this effect immediately after it resolves synchro summon this card you control. So this is also crazy, because now, well, not that you take Zapper Shrimp out per se. I guess it depends on if you're playing the Azamina stuff and if you have space or not. You probably still want the option to make Chaos Angel, because you can't, unfortunately, turn this in Arciela or Silvera into... into the Chaos Angel and stuff, because it's too high of a level. But so now you have Legatia out of turn, or you have Execute Dragon out of turn. And Legatia is not a dark either. Legatia is a light. This is insane support, guys. Listen to me right now. Snake Eyes Damned Dragon and Execute Dragon are now White Forest cards. Okay, Filius Diabell, normal spell. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Add a level 8 or higher Diabell monster from your deck to your hand, or if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon it instead. Hold on a second, guys. So this one is a Diabell monster. Do we want to special summon this one? We wouldn't have set up for it. We would only have the spell in the grave because the spell brought it out. We wouldn't have the trap in the grave. But If we would special summon it. If we were going second, we could pay off our LP, pop a card. Okay, and or if we brought out this one, if it was normal or special, we could dump a Sinful Spoils or Diabell card. So if we summoned this one off of the spell would be in the grave. This one could dump this one, but this one wouldn't have a trap, so he wouldn't be able to bring himself out. But if we were going second and we were on the light build with the no Azaminas and we were on Imperm or Purge, approximately just a bit over half the time, we would actually have a trap in the grave. That could be an insane going second card for us. If this card becomes banished, you can make all Diabell monsters you currently control gain 500 attack. Oh, okay. And so the Diabell, the Adjudicator would banish this, and so then they would gain 500. So this is also like going second OTK stuff. I don't know if you can search this though. Wait, yeah, I don't know. Okay, now trap. Curse of the Diabell. Normal trap. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you control 2 or more Diabell monsters, I guess that's not difficult if you're going first, send a monster you control to the graveyard. Destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls. Okay, so this is a thrust target. It's easy to make live if this card is sent to the graveyard or banished from the hand or deck. You could add a Diabell spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except Curse of Diabell. Oh. So we also have the older Diabell cards that were released, like Play the Diabell and Like the Diabell, which I don't remember what they do right now. We'll look at that later. So we could, if we did draw this, we could pitch it, add this one. This one could special summon the Light Diabell, which could bring out this, put this in the grave, banish the spell and trap, and then yeah, okay. So there's synergy there. So this is the last one. So this is a continuous trap. Sinless Sinful Spoils. Last card, guys. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. Activate one of these effects. Target a Diabell monster in your graveyard or banishment. Discard a card, so this is no longer cost. Discard a card, and if you do, special summon that monster. Okay, so this won't trigger Diabell Synchro's effect to add back from grave because it wouldn't be synchro summoned. Target a face-up monster card in your spell and trap zone, special summon it. Wow. Wait. Okay, oh, these both count as the first effect. I was thinking this would be broken. So this card alone, as a White Forest card, does place 2 White Forest monsters in our graveyard, in our spell and trap zone as continuous spells. We could place anything. You could place a Silvera, you could place an Arciela. The Silvera would just has to be special summoned. To get the Book of Eclipse effect. So this could bring out your Silvera from the back row and it would get the Book of Eclipse effect. And the thing is that you could Diabell on your opponent's turn. You could bring this out on your opponent's turn. The trigger would put them in your spell and trap zone, maybe after you'd use the Silvera or something, and then you could maybe bring it out again. Okay. This seems good. Obviously not in the main, but as a going... Wait, but this doesn't reset itself. Oh, that's very unfortunate, because now that makes it a much worse card to draw. That's basically a brick. It's basically a brick that would increase your ceiling. Okay, I'm not sure if we play this, because if you go first and you draw this, you don't want to discard it per se. If you discard it, you add it back off Diabell. Otherwise, it's just a wasted card. Okay, I'm not sure. I have to think about the lines with this one. Overall, this card is insane. Okay, this is a tier 1 deck. This is actually a tier 1 deck. This card is insane. This card is good. Damn Dragon is good. It is enabled by this card being insane. This card, I don't know, not sure. Could be good depending on the meta. These cards seem decent. Not sure if they're necessary inclusions. Maybe what I could see is you play a version of this deck that is like half Power Spell, like thrust talents, half hand traps without the Azamina stuff in the extra deck, playing like imperms, purges. And then you have in your side deck patterns are a little bit different, where you have a lot of in archetype cards like this, and maybe the continuous spell. And yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, we'll get to cooking soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Feel free to join the Discord and talk about it, or subscribe to the channel.